welcome to another edition of Rotoballer Radio's Waiver Wire series. I'm your host, Anthony Aniano. Happy to be with you as we take a look at the waiver wire for Week 8 at the running back position. Guys, we survived the bye weeks of Week 7, hopefully. We look forward to Week 8, where there's only two teams on bye. The Las Vegas Raiders, so we lose Josh Jacobs. Kenyon Drake. Josh Jacobs also injured in Week 7. Kenyon Drake over 60% rostered already. And the Baltimore Ravens on a bye, so the Devonta Freeman mix. And he does make our list today for a player for the future. However, thin at running back. However, this week on the waiver wire. Guys, don't forget, go to rotoballer.com. Check out everything there, including the main page, the premium package, the expert chat. Sign up for any premium pass using the promo code ACES. Save yourself an additional 10% discount. All right. So let's take a look at the running back position. My number one running back ad of the week, Kenneth Gainwell of the Philadelphia Eagles. Miles Sanders leaves the game in Week 7 with an ankle injury. Gainwell, 5 carries for 20 yards, had 8 targets, 4 for 41 in the Eagles' miserable loss, really, to the Las Vegas Raiders. Scored a touchdown on a pass reception, finished with 14 fantasy points, and my guess is he will be the 60-40 timeshare split with Boston Scott if Miles Sanders is to miss some time. He has been the primary backup, third down satellite back for Miles Sanders throughout the season. Boston Scott was kind of irrelevant up until Week 7, and a nice matchup against Detroit for the Philadelphia running game. Okay, at number 2 is Brandon Bolden. Ramondre Stevenson, inactive, coach's decision, big surprise there. Taylor does get 2 rushing touchdowns for New England, but that was after Damian Harris left the game in the blowout against the New York Jets, who put up basically no defense in Week 7. I don't have Taylor high. Taylor is more of the direct backup to Damian Harris if something were to happen to Harris at this point, because Stevenson has just been in and out of the lineup even when he's looked good. But Brandon Bolden, a PPR monster in Week 7, and has the potential for that in Week 8 and what should be a good game, a fun game, when the Patriots go to LA to face the Chargers. Brandon Bolden this week, 6 receptions, 79 yards, was targeted 7 times, had a pass receiving touchdown. 2 of his last 4 games, 10 or more fantasy points for Brandon Bolden. He's a low-end flex option going forward, definitely worth stashing on a bench, and he's only 6% rostered. My number 3 ad, and it's more of a long-term help than anybody who's going to help you in Week 8, that is Devonta Freeman, who's kind of emerged as the so-called number 1 running back for the Ravens, even though Lamar Jackson continues to lead them in rushing. Devonta Freeman on a bye Week 8, so that's why I say he's not an immediate help. He's more for long-term flex play depth. Okay, 5 carries, 20 yards, 4 carries for 14 yards, rushing touchdown for Devonta Freeman, 3 receptions for 25, just over 12 fantasy points. He's got 11 or more fantasy points each of the last 2 games, providing a safe floor, but not really any upside at all. Samaje Perine is my number 4 running back off the waiver wire for Week 8, 7% rostered. Joe Mixon is the guy there. Perine broke a late touchdown. Perine needs to be on rosters. He's healthy now. He had COVID. He came back. And at this point, he is the direct handcuff to Joe Mixon and has proven himself effective this season. He has 11 carries in each of his last 2 games. He has over 32 fantasy points combined over the last 2 games, including 14.5 this past week. Like I said, 11 for 52 in Week 7 with a touchdown. Had a 23-yard pass reception. And against the Jets, where you saw Taylor get 2 touchdowns, you saw Damian Harris get 2 touchdowns, and you saw Brandon Bolden receive a touchdown, Samaje Perine, if a desperation situation, Josh Jacobs, Kenyon Drake are your Robbie 2s, Perine could fill in a flex role. And at number 5, going back to Philadelphia this week with the Miles Sanders injury, is Boston Scott, only 2% rostered. Did have a rushing touchdown, finished with 9.9 fantasy points, 2 targets, 1 receptions for 5 at Detroit. If you put in for Gainwell and you put a heavy bid in for Gainwell, you could come back around and put a low-end bid in on Boston Scott as well. All right, so my 5 running backs for Week 8 coming off the waiver wire. Number 1, Kenneth Gainwell, 21% rostered. Number 2, Brandon Bolden, only 6% rostered. At number 3, Devonta Freeman, 43% rostered. Number 4, Samaje Perine, 7% rostered. And number 5, Boston Scott, 2% rostered. Also keep in mind, filming this before Monday Night Football, but if Rashad Penny is somehow available, be mindful of him as he returns from the IR with Chris Carson out, and see how those carries shake out with Alex Collins going forward. All right, everybody, give me a follow on Twitter at @Aniano Fantasy. Make sure you subscribe right here to the Rotoballer Radio YouTube channel or wherever you listen to the Rotoballer Radio podcasts. Stay smart, stay safe. We'll see you next time, folks. Have a good one.